Yeah, you are welcome. Everyone is highly welcome to this channel, and I hope you all have been missing me or us from this organization for quite a long time. Yes, sometimes you need to take a break from all the nonsense that has been playing around in the Benin Empire, and yes, we are back again, you know, because of uh, what is going on. Sorry. Yes, this is the actual uh, picture I want everyone to be seeing. And yes, Benin Empire has been divided in so many ways. Uh, but let us look at the whole issue we are facing today. Why we are facing these issues, and why it's easier for the our neighbors. I will call them our neighbors. I will not have to would not like to use the word enemies, because if you create enemy for yourself, then it will be enemy forever. If you create friendship for yourself, it will be a friendship, even though it's not forever, but it will last for a period of time, you know. So let us see how things have been playing, especially about our Asian brothers and sisters, you know. Uh, Before the beginning of last year election, you know, for the election, we were hearing people clamoring for Eastern State, say they need Eastern State, and here and there that the present governor, His Excellency Monde Okpeholo, was not the rightful person. People would have preferred Aswan Ighodaro to be their leader than as Monde Okpeholo. But history have taught us not the way you are popular is not the way you will win an election. Well, let us talk about Kamala and Trump. When you talk about those people, Kamala was more popular than Trump, but Trump won the election because of what people see in him. You know, After the election, people were saying it was rigged and that without even a single evidence. And although people were trying uh, to bring out evidence to support their claim. But most of these evidence turned out to be fakes. And yes, even though some Isa, some Edos, and some other tribes doesn't really like Modi Okpeholo, I reserve my comments pertaining that because you don't need to like somebody for him to rule a state. You don't need to love somebody for him to rule a state. Let us see what has been going on for quite a long time now. The challenges we are facing most. You see, some of our Asian brothers and sisters, it's like they have a brain, but the brain is empty. The brain is empty, just like some of our Edo brothers and sisters. They have a brain, but their brain is also somehow empty. You know, Yes. Why I'm saying this, the some of our brothers and sisters from the Eastern land have turned themselves to IPOB like system. You know, they turned themselves to IPOB like system. We're seeing a lot of killing in Eastern land. The people were saying these are Fulani herdsmen, this and that. But let us view the whole issue. In Anambra State, for example, when the ASN started, people were saying that the Fulani herdsmen were killing people. Yes, the Fulani herdsmen were killing people, but not as much as the ESN were doing to their own people, closing their businesses, doing everything they were doing. And this was duplicated from our ASN brothers and sisters. Of a suddenly, we were hearing the IPOB want to, they, they want to enforce sit at home in Insaland. The IPOB now somehow took over part of Eastern land. People were not saying this. Some of our brothers and sisters from Eastern land were not saying this because of some hatred to the Edo people. And some of our Edo people they're not saying this also because of hatred between both of them. You see, today, when you call on calamity, calamity will always descend on you or other people around you. This is what some of our Asian brothers and sisters were doing. They sold ASANs to the IPOB. They were cooperating with the IPOBs in Edo State. Killing in Edo State. You see, the killing that really happened in Asian land. You know, if you look at it in the big picture, then you will see there was a conspiracy there. There was a conspiracy. And I like the way the governor, His Excellency Modupehulo, took the issue because he has another view of what people were propagating in social media and all that. Because you cannot see somebody once or twice and say you recognize him. That is impossible. You cannot say somebody is traveling from the north as a hunter to the eastern land and you recognize him. That is impossible. We know there was something wrong there. But let us forget that apart. Those of you who were clamoring before the election, Eastern State, now you people are shut up. You people doesn't even have the brain or the mind to come out now to shout Eastern State. Not because Okpeholo is the governor, because most of you are dead brain. You cooperate with people who even will kill you tomorrow, who will stab you in your back. And this is happening now. You see, their motion or their motives were just to divide and conquer what is remaining in the Benin Kingdom. And people play into their hand successfully. Of a sudden, we are hearing of Anioma State. Of a sudden, we are hearing Igbanke is Igbo. Of a sudden, we are hearing so many issues. How can Igbanke be Igbo? What is the meaning of Igbanke in Igbo? What is the meaning of Anioma in Igbo? Or what is the meaning of Delta State in Igbo? Or what is the meaning of Onitsha in Igbo or Asaba? Or some of those areas. You see, when people talk and talk and talk and talk, they are being marginalized, this and that. If you are marginalized, marginalization started in your brain. The Igbos or the Easterners have been clamoring for marginalization. Now they has marginalization. Marginalization, now they has ESN, killing their people, destroying their businesses, destroying all development created for over 60 years. And today, Igbos are everywhere in Nigeria. They're everywhere in the world, enjoying the peace that are created by other people in the world. If you come to Benin, you can only reside in a place if that place is peaceful. If it is not peaceful, you cannot reside there. Edo State is a peaceful state. That is why people reside there. People come all over from the world to reside there. Likewise in Lagos and so many other parts of the Benin Empire. When people come out today to say, oh, we are Esan, we are not Edo, we are not Benin, we are not it. Okay, good, we are Esan. That is your problem. That is not my problem. I'm an Edo person. That is my problem. That is not your problem. Trying to retell me my own history, then you have a problem because the Edo is sitting on your head. The Benin is sitting on your head. It's sitting in the brain because you cannot think other things. You cannot even think of development or whatsoever. My question is, what type of development have these people brought to Esaland? What type of initiative had these people brought to Eastern land? No. But they are here in social media deliberating how to rewrite another smart history. Exactly what the Igbos are doing. As those people on social media, the Igbos in social media, what type of development they brought to Igbo land? All they brought to Igbo land was is ASN to killing their people. And now many of them are running away from going back home. They brought that development, that great development they call ESN. They were being sponsored from outside Nigeria, giving them arms and ammunition to start killing their people. You see, when the people you said you are defending now turn to your enemy because their own citizens were then their enemy number one, but they were not realizing their mistakes. They still continue, even in the political arena today. You see how Igbo they are demonstrating their I will not say they are not intelligent, as people are saying. They are not other intelligent. Be a betrayer, be a manipulator is not has nothing to do with intelligence. Or backstabbing has nothing to do with intelligence. The intelligence shows how you develop your people, how you stand with your people. When you build a country with hatred, as you said you want to build Biafra, all the surrounding areas are from different people. Now, you make enemies with those people. How will you develop your country, you are saying? We can see so many villages in eastern part of the country today, or they call southeast, have turned to desert. In desert, not in the manner of the of I would say environment, but how people left those areas. It's like there's nobody existing in that area again. So let me come back to the issue of the Benin Empire. We as Benin people, we are peace-loving people. The Edo people are very peace-loving people. But if they are being pushed too much, they will react. And we have been very, very quiet. Now, you are coming to our doorstep, clamoring this and that. Even Ijo, people who are settlers, they are not original people there. They were brought by the British. We know that. Everyone knows that. You have been living there for more than 100 years now. But that doesn't make it your own land. To be fair and sincere, in the whole of Delta, it just doesn't have any land in the whole of Delta. Not even talking about Edo State. Now, if you want to live with us peacefully, then you have to stop all this nonsense. You want to create Ijo State out of Edo State. You want to create this out of Edo State. You see, when people doesn't really understand, when you are trying to fight history and change history, it will always repeat himself. But sometimes when it's repeating itself, it will take another level of madness. Our histories have been existing thousands of years, even before the coming of the white man, before the coming of any of our neighbor, the Yorubas or the Igbos or any of them. We have been there. And now when some of our brothers and sisters from the Eastern land are talking, we are from the North. Do you know where the North came from? Do you know where the North came from? Do you know how the North disappeared? You don't know that, but you just want to relate yourself to that. Even the Benin Empire is older than the Nok you are talking about. Whether you accept the truth, you doesn't accept the truth, it's your own problem. It's not my problem. My own problem is to make sure our people are united. Because if we are divided, then everyone will conquer us and everyone will take advantage of the disunity. Today, it's very, very important. You see, because this is what these people want us to do, go against ourselves. But by the time we will realize this, it is already too late. And I want to thank some of our Edos and Esan people, and some of the Afiema Esako Owan and so on, uh, who has stand firm for peace, unity, because they know where they are from. They know how to develop their own area, because unity is strength. And if you don't have that unity, you are divided and there's no development whatsoever. And now, it's not just only in Edo State we're having this problem now. Now we're having also this problem in Delta State, where the Shekiri and the Orobos are going against each other. The Isoko and Shekiri are going against each other and fighting against the Ijaw people. So, how will it end? And how do you want it to end? Our neighbors are looking at us and they are laughing. Those of you conspiring with those people will have yourself to blame one day. If you stand for unity, they stand for unity. It's not forbidden to say. If you stand for unity, you make business out of it. It's not forbidden. But if you stand for unity, then make sure our people are united. Let us be frank and sincere. What have this movement led us to today? These are not Edo and Mesa. I'm not Edo, I'm Ukwani. I'm not Edo, I'm Ndokwa. I'm not Edo, I'm Orobo. I'm not Edo, I'm Isoko. What have we gained from all this? Nothing. We gain nothing because there's nothing to gain. Denying your ethnicity. Speaking another language, speaking another tongue doesn't really take you from your family. Speaking Esa doesn't take you from the Beni family. Speaking Isoko doesn't take you from your family. That is what you people should understand. Like the Jamas today, they have the buyers, they have they have uh, what they call chassis. They have so many, but they come together. And if you go deeper, they actually speak a very different languages. But they understand each other. They know they are one. If you go to Swiss today, some of you who are living in Swiss, you will understand. The Swiss, they are part that speak the German. They are part that speak Italian, and they are part that speak the French language. And they are also part that speak another different language. But they are still Swiss. And they work together to develop their own nation. They work together to develop their own nation. Go to Luxembourg, go to all these places. If you go to Czech Republic today, you will also see that. If you go to Hungary, most people believe that Hungary is just only for the Hungarians. No, there are some Romanians, people who speak the Romanian language, and they are from Romania who are citizens of Hungary. They call themselves Hungarians. And there are some other places today. You see, when we start talking and this and that, What has this benefit? What benefit has it brought to your people? Nothing. You insult your kings every day. You insult everybody around you every day because you're on social media. You see, when people talk about the Benin Empire, people who knows history, who know how the Benin Empire came to existence, I will listen to them. I will share my thoughts with them. I will share everything with them. But those of you illiterates, lunatics, that is in social media shouting the Benin Empire was not this, the Benin Empire was not that, the Edo were is this and that. That is complete useless. All those are useless. It has nothing. We have nothing to benefit from your ranting on social media. Nobody benefit anything. If somebody at Ivory Coast can stand up and say, I'm from the Benin Empire, if somebody from Sierra Leone can stand up and say, I'm from the Benin Empire, if somebody in Ghana can stand up and say, I'm from the Benin Empire, if somebody from Angola can say, I'm from the Benin Empire, if somebody living in America and somewhere can stand up and say, I'm from the Benin Empire, I'm satisfied with that. I doesn't need you. I don't need your own opinion because your own opinion is already a threshold from beginning to the end. You stay down 24 hours thinking of how to deliberately destroy the Benin history. You see, history is history. You cannot destroy it. Just like somebody is saying, was saying the other day, because I come across a video where somebody was saying, oh, roasted yam is forbidden in the Benin Empire. When people just come up to start telling the Benin people their history and what they don't know about the Benin, you know. I grew up in a village and my father was a farmer before he joined the ancestors. Since I was a child, we have been eating roasted yam in the farm. Roasted yam with oil and pepper in the farm and at home sometimes. And in the evening when we all gather outside with other children, when our our elders were telling us our folk tales, you have roasted yam, and everybody will share it. And somebody will just come up to tell us, say, roasted yam is forbidden in Benin Empire. No, in Benin Empire, roasted yam is only forbidden, not for sale. But as roasted yam, everyone is allowed to eat roasted yam in Edo State. So when people just come up with their own view and their own intention and be telling us, oh, this is it, this you from Edo, you don't know your history, we know it's more better than you. I will not stand up today to start telling the Esan people their history. I will not come up today to start telling the Igbo their Esan history or their Igbo history. But although we all know that Igbo are not really citizens of Nigeria, they were brought by the British from Guinea. And likewise, some of our Yoruba people today, we all know their history, but it's not my duty to start telling these people their history. I think every nation has to tell their own history themselves. These are past, documented. You know, there might be some errors, but because nobody is perfect, but it's also our duty to see that the history is kept alive. Because people kept it alive before we arrive in this world. And we are also living this world and other generation we take. Now, let us talk about the unity of Edo State. You know, since more than 6 years now, I have been clamoring for the unity of Edo State. for the unity of the Benin people, no matter the language they speak, no matter where you reside. As far as you are from the Benin Empire, you are my brothers and you are my sisters. Let everyone be saying what they want to say. When somebody come to our doorstep and start claiming our people, then have something to tell these people. Go to your area first. Develop your area. Go to your history first. Research. Those senators from Igbo land, Okonkwo and all those stupid idiots who have nothing, they have achieved nothing in their state since they were elected. Ask them how they brought peace to the eastern part of Nigeria. They will not find any answer. It's like somebody running up and down. Oh, I'm a peace advocate. I'm a freedom fighter. What type of freedom are you fighting? When you are arrested in Nigeria, you go to America to go and hire a lawyer. Is that not something people should check on? Let us start thinking. Let's not start thinking, because we have so many people who want this destruction of the Benin Empire. And we shouldn't allow them to achieve that, because what we are seeing now, what I'm seeing, is that step we are taking. And we should step back and rethink. Because our forefather used to say, Owe no zedo we no gaze, no zeka we no gaze, no zu unuame we no gaze. Because where amaze a woman, it are we. Everybody knows that language is not a nationality. As Nigerians would like to say, if somebody speaks Yoruba, they will say, oh, it's a Yoruba person. Or if you're answering a Yoruba name, doesn't mean you are a Yoruba person. It's like when you are answering English name, no, it doesn't make you an English person or a Scottish person or an Irish person. If you answer German name, like when you say Christopher, that's just a German name, but everybody answer it, and so many other things. Or when you call Stefan, when people call themselves Stefan in Nigeria, it doesn't make them Germans. So we should stop this useless and nonsense things we are thinking. All this nonsense advocating. You see, when people, the last that happened, when the governor of Edo State said, if Obi is coming to Edo State, he has to take permission from him that he is coming to Edo State. Many people were not happy with that statement. But in my own view, he was very right. He is the chief security officer of Edo State. Anything that happened in Edo State, everybody will cry to him. Nobody will cry to Obi. And if a governor from Edo State is traveling to any eastern part of Nigeria today, I think he's also going to do the same, taking permission, sorting for security assistance and others. You see, although Obi is no longer a governor, but is a political figurehead, and we should not forget that. And the reaction of some Igbo people, I will not say all, some Igbo people, then you will understand that these people, their bigotry is more than they can absorb. Even some of our people were joining them upon all what these people have been doing online. And if you go to any Igbo channel today, hardly you find, maybe only 5% out of them are peaceful towards the Benin people. The remaining ones, anything they do is always aggression against the Benin Empire. And some of our Yoruba people also have taken this stance. And with the Benin, the only way we can stand It's just unity. That's the only way. Doing this, there's also going to be some mistakes. And what I'm seeing, some of our figureheads in unity fight are making that mistake to say we are marginalized. This is this one appointment is terminated, the other one appointment is terminated because it's an ego person. I don't see that really in that way. What I saw and what we have been seeing in the beginning, let's just talk about Tony Kabaka and the revenue collector. The chaotic child sense we have been saying, the sense we have been saying, seeing from all those garage, all those places. I think nobody will tolerate that. No meaningful adult person will tolerate that. The abuse of that power be given to these people. You know, when we talk about peace in Edo State, that is also part of the peace we want. We want everything to be peaceful, at least 99% to be peaceful in Edo State. And this is also our contribution to say when something is wrong, it is wrong, no matter the language we are speaking, no matter the area we came from, Edo State, we have to see it as wrong. And that was wrong. At the first hand, that appointment was wrong. It's just like Ebo Amagba too. Anybody who knows Ebo Amagba will also understand that that man was not qualified for any position. Let us be frank and sincere with ourselves. You cannot make enemy everywhere and you want to be a leader. It doesn't function that way. And we should stand with our people. And we should always see things, question things first before we conclude this is against us. Please, my pleading with everyone who are involved in the unity of our people, who have been working tirelessly to make sure our people are united, please continue that job. But if you are deviating from those areas and they're doing other things, choosing one side upon the other, I don't think that's really its unity job. We need to be very, very careful with what everything we are doing, not to choose one after the other, or not to choose the other after the other. We have to keep everything parallel. If you look at the social media today, what people are saying about governor of Edo State is not really from the Edo people, it's from the Esan people themselves. You see, if you love yourself, stay with your brother. If you don't love him, it's also a politic. We know politics, we know how politics function, but I would like to advise everyone for the sake of the unity of the state, for the sake of the development of Edo State, let us stop all this nonsense. Opposition, yes, is welcome because you learn from your mistake. People point to your mistake and you learn from it. But if we continue this way, this unity, I don't think it will be possible for any other person to vote for Esa again if we continue this way. For me, Modo Beholo, His Excellency, can appoint anybody he wants to appoint. As far as he's doing that job, no matter the language they speak, no matter the area he's from in the state. For me, it's not a problem. But the problem I'm having with our people is always bringing everything to tribal bigotry. And that's a very, very bad one. The Benin Empire people only has a chance to rule Nigeria, even to achieve anything in Nigeria if we stay together, if we unite, and push for one goal. Destroying ourselves in social media, rewriting other people's history, it will not bring us to anywhere. It will only take you backward. And this is what we are seeing in those areas today. Go and ask the people from Igbo. They will tell you most of them cannot go home from Lagos now. They cannot go home from Benin because they don't have safe haven again. And if you want to implement that in Edo State, okay, go and do it in your area. Don't do it in my own area. And I will stand against that with all my power and resources. So thank you everyone for joining me. And I hope to see everyone very soon. And thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.